Yo, what's up, everyone? The First Fox here, and we're going to be continuing. Let's play Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, episode P3. And we're going to be using Ken's story, because I don't really like Yukari over Ken, so bye-bye. Fuck yeah, Ken. What? Isn't this the dorm room? Koromaru! Isn't this the dorm? They never, Ken gets living in himself? There's some time until dinner, so I decided to leave the dorm again with Koromaru. The Gekukon dormitory is where we live. It was briefly closed after Mr. Sun and the others graduated. All the equipment for a few years ago was removed, of course, but with the increase in students at Gekukon, they decided to reopen the dorm. I applied for a room as soon as I heard. The reason I did was because of Koromaru. He had been in Aiga-san's care, but at this dorm he's allowed to live with me. Also, to be honest, I felt that living here lets me stay close to my companions, who are fighting even now. Back then, everyone took turns walking Koromaru. Now, it's my job. The path to the nearby Naganaki Shrine is Koromaru's usual route. Koromaru is quite old for a dog, but as he trots along at his usual pace along our usual path, it makes me think for a moment that all the fighting back then was just a dream. Only when I'm watching Koromaru walk this can I forget everything and feel a little at ease. We pass through the gateway at the entrance and step onto the shrine grounds. Since it's nearly sundown, there's nobody but us at the serene grounds. I sit down on a bench and sigh to myself. Koromaru knows, though, and immediately rushes over and nuzzles my leg. Even though I'm saying it, I'm sure Koromaru can see through my words. I can't understand them in the same way I guess I can, but even I can tell what Koromaru is thinking. I pet Koromaru as he looks up with me with a worried whine, and I put my hand in my pocket and pull it out. This shall offer this badge that Miss. See? She gave him one! Bullshit! Like, no, you can't come up with that. Is he wearing his combat wings right now? I think he is. Anyways, the shout badge that Mitsuru-san had given me. Koromaru wears the same badge on his collar. The morning I got a call from Sanada-san for the first time in a long while. It seems he just come back to Japan from a year-long training journey, wandering the world. I knew he was that kind of person who would put himself through anything in order to get stronger, but this is the sort of thing that you only hear about in stories. Sanada-san told me that he had gone to see Mitsuru-san directly after his return to this country, but had been immediately dispatched to an emergency. He's currently busy with that, so he just said that he would tell me more about his trip some other time. I know that being a Shao operative must be tough, but he seemed so excited when he talking about them, so it's like I get these pent-up feelings inside me. A member, yes, but only as part of a secondary unit that only gets called out in extreme circumstances. Or situations, sorry. Being part of the special suppression unit has a cool ring to it. That I like. But the official SAR operatives are each given a unique number. For example, Iason is member number 5. We don't have that. We just auxiliary members. I haven't been called to action yet, and I doubt I ever will be until after I graduate from... Well, that's... You're middle school right now. You're in 5th grade, so that's 3 years from now, so you're in 8th grade. So that's only 4 years. That's not bad. After all, I did promise Mr. Sen that I would try to live out my childhood as much as I could. And following that promise to try as much as I could, I've been acting like a child on the surface. An average middle school student studying, helping out with club activities, even taking part in the student council. But I haven't officially joined any clubs, and the reason why is because I asked Mr. San to call me for help if she ever needed me. I know that no organization under the police would be able to command a underage person, but let alone someone in middle school. I'm only a shadow operative for show and only a child for show. If this continues, I don't know when I'll ever be able to go back to who I really am. Damn, this is some deep shit. I think back on the words that the person who saved my life left me. I thought I'd come to understand them sometime, but as time passed, my other emotions began to rear their heads. Oh my god, so cute! I wonder if I will be left behind like this. Would things actually be better if I just forgot about everything, but could I live with myself if I had the power to fight but did nothing with it? I've been thinking a lot about that. I stand up from bench and look across the dark, quiet temple grounds. I won't reach any answers just by thinking about it. I know that, but at the moment... Koromaru suddenly barks at me. It's been a while since I heard him bark like this. He's been getting more and more mellow these days. What's that sound? Some rhythmic noise is approaching from above. The wind becomes stronger and the trees around the temple begin to rustle. I look up in the sky and a bright light turns on high above. As my eyes adjust, I see a previously hidden black helicopter in the otherwise pitch black sky. It's like something out of a movie. Is it the military? No, that can't be right. As if to answer my doubts, a searchlight streams down, putting shadows to the ground. Something's happened. That's my first thought. I don't know what, but for some reason I sense elation rising up through my body. Hell yeah! I grip my shadow operative badge tightly, then thrust it back into my pocket. I take a deep breath and run towards the helicopter. To be continued. Oh, that was a little short. Okay, well, it's only 8 minutes. We're going to do Yukari's as well now. And then we're probably going to have a chapter 3, which I'll probably do next time. Oh, for the love of God, no, not a Power Ranger fucker. This is really, really making fun of my childhood right now, I think. I don't know whether to laugh or be sad about it or angry. It's kind of a mixture of all three. I think I'm more of on the line of laughter than anything, but still, what the fuck? When the director calls this out, the tension in the area dies away. I take my way to the simple tent used as our break room and take a sip of my drink. My senses for today are done. My scenes for today are done. My main job, real job supposed it, my real job's supposed to be studying in college. I wipe the sweat from my brow as my manager excitedly tells me about the schedule for my next gig. I'd always had an interest in fashion, so I started taking modeling jobs as a way to earn some pocket money. It's pretty tough since I've had to do things like pose in the middle of winter in just a t-shirt, but thankfully I've been able to get a steady flow of commissions now. Trying to manage both classwork and my job as a model was already hard enough when my manager applied for an audition for a live action show without my consent, claiming that I should broaden my work horizons. When I mentioned I had practiced archery in high school, and it really got their attention. It all made sense to me when I learned the Feather Pink's weapon would be a bow and arrow, though as a result I ended up as a protector of Earth in a kids' superhero show starting this year. All my acting work usually makes use of different expressions, and my modeling career lets me dress up in a lot of different clothing. It kind of makes me feel like I'm changing who I am too. It's insanely busy, but it's fulfilling and fun, and yet I checked my cell phone, but Mr. Senpai still hasn't sent me a response. I have tomorrow off, so I emailed her earlier asking if she'd like to spend some time with me and go shopping. She'd been contacting me less and less often recently, and when she does it's because of shadows. I am one of the Shadow Operatives, a group established by Mitsuru Senpai. I understand that she wants us all to be able to have normal lives, and she said that she wouldn't hesitate to ask for my help if she ever needed it. But it still seemed to me like that she was taking everything on by herself. That attitude doesn't satisfy me, so I forced her to add me to her team. However, unlike Igus and the other official members, I'm part of a special unit that only gathers in emergencies trusted with immediate subduing shadows by force. What did she call it? The auxiliary staff? Something like that, anyway. It's wonderful that there have been no situations that called for us to be dispatched. And even if something like that did arise, the official Shadow Operatives are all excellent. There's no need to worry with the likes of Akihiko Senpai and August around, but helicopter, helichopper. Well, we normally talk when we see each other, so I never doubted my friendship with her. Still, when things remain unsettled, it's unsatisfying. Maybe I have to get on her case about taking everything on all by herself again. Huh? There's something loud going on outside. Helichopper. As the sound gets closer, the tent's walls and roof are beginning to undulate with an intense wind. When I rush outside, I see the crew all looking up and cause a commotion. When I look up, there's a same picture, helicopter descending towards the ground, dangling a rope ladder. The lady in the pilot's seat sees me and gestures me towards the ladder. Oh. At that moment, it all becomes clear. I only know of one person who would do this. I'm completely astounded by the utter absurdity of the situation, but I know it. I'm already running toward. Before I know it, I'm already running towards the ladder. I'll tell the manager to at least hold calls and everything and wait for me to get back. Well, hey, we're all in the helicopter. Um, I'm going to do Aegis because that's earlier on in the story. Sorry, Junpei, but then after that, oh god, this is going to be a lot of story. Um, but yeah, after this, I will work on Junpei. So first, we're going to go to Labrys's. So, anyways, I'm going to end this off here before we start. So this has been the first Fox on off, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.